Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello learners, welcome back to the course on AI in Human Resource Management. Today we move to the last lecture of Module 10 where we'll be discussing about AI-mediated knowledge management. Now, being a person who is working in the research area of knowledge management at least for the last 8 to 9 years, I see that knowledge management is one of the most critical aspects concerning the sustainability of an organization. So you look into, the knowledge management studies in general in any of the indices, be it Scopus, be it Web of Science, any particular index, you'll see that 95% of the studies have happened in knowledge sharing. But there is a critical aspect of knowledge hiding, and which has been my research area, and I'm always quite vocal about this particular knowledge hiding. And we have discussed that in the organizational behavior course in the NPTEL platform also. But when you look into the behavioral side of knowledge hiding specifically, we see that there are different ways people actually exhibit knowledge hiding. There are many ways. Some of them which are empirically proved are playing dumb, evasive hiding, rationalized hiding. Sometimes people go afar and they do counter questioning. So all these aspects, all these strategies are related to knowledge hiding. Now, why I wanted to mention this is that when you are talking about knowledge management, people generally talk about just knowledge sharing, but there are inherent motives behind knowledge hiding, and there is a sustainable practice of knowledge hiding that is going on in every single organization. You look into your organization, if you are associated to one, you'll definitely see that there is some level of knowledge hiding happening. So when you're talking about knowledge management, the importance lies in actually facilitating the knowledge sharing. When you look into AI or bring AI into knowledge management or AI-mediated knowledge management, you'll see that AI is facilitating the knowledge discovery part. It is facilitating the knowledge preservation part. It is facilitating the knowledge retention part. So all these aspects are typically being enhanced or facilitated by AI, and let's look into that in greater detail. I am Dr. Abraham Cyril Issac. I'm an assistant professor at the School of Business, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. Now, when you think about knowledge management per se, many a time what happens is that we see that, okay, it's our colleague. Why not? They will share the knowledge with me. But many a time we see that even your closest colleagues, even your closest co-employees, co-workers, they'll tend to hide useful knowledge with you, because they might feel that this is n number of reasons. One could be they might not feel it necessary to share it at this point in time, or maybe they feel that if I share this, he or she is going to make undue advantage or take undue advantage of that and get above me. Or there might be also a possibility where they might be thinking that, okay, if I have struggled this much to obtain this piece of information or this piece of knowledge for that matter, why can't they work hard? Or let them also put the effort. So there are a lot of possibilities, there are a lot of schools of thought which can come in when people try to share knowledge, and this is essentially what is preventing the knowledge sharing from happening. One step ahead I'll go, and I'll also mention about the possibility of institutional memory. Please note, when an individual is moving out of the organization, there are chances that this or whatever knowledge that he or she has gained within that organization will also move out with him. So when you are looking into such situations, a person coming in and replacing him or taking up the position might not be able to get that particular knowledge which otherwise should have been there, which we call in OB research, organizational behavior research, as institutional memory. Had the institutional memory been intact, the person should have just come in and used it, or maybe employed it wherever it was necessary. So this certainly underscores the relative importance of knowledge management. On that introductory background, let's understand knowledge management, specifically AI-mediated knowledge management. So over this lecture, I will look into the different facets from knowledge discovery, knowledge preservation, knowledge retention based on AI. So let's understand the relevance of knowledge management and AI. When you look into specifically knowledge management is nothing but a set of strategies and practices that focus on capturing, distributing, and effectively utilizing an organization's collective knowledge. So as its core, knowledge management facilitates creating, storing, and definitely transferring knowledge across an organization to ensure that employees have access to relevant information and expertise. So, knowledge management is essential for organizational learning, for continuous improvement, and definitely to maintain a competitive advantage. So you see that as organizations grow and the data within and outside the organization multiplies, so does the challenge of managing knowledge effectively, which is where AI technologies offer groundbreaking solutions. Now let's look into what could be the challenges that are posing, or what are the typical challenges in traditional knowledge management. Let's look into that. When you look into the traditional knowledge management, information stored across various departments without cross-functional accessibilities usually created silos, limiting the flow of knowledge. So what exactly has happened is that they, or the people individually who were destined or who were actually made to share knowledge, they worked in silos. So basically information was stored in independent, discrete silos. So this actually hampered the effective knowledge sharing. Another significant challenge was this outdated information. When you are looking into the traditional knowledge management systems, it lacked mechanisms for regularly updating data, leading to knowledge decay. So many a time the useful knowledge is useful only at a certain point in time. Let's say at time t it is relevant. At time t naught, the knowledge itself might not be relevant. So we are looking into an essential knowledge decay in that particular case. There are also situations where searching and retrieving knowledge assets from large database can be time intensive and counterproductive. So time consuming retrieval again emanated as a challenge in the traditional knowledge management system. And also we see that conventional knowledge management systems rarely cater to the individual user's needs, leading to generic content deliveries. There was a lack of personalization, if I can term it like that. This were some of the typical challenges with respect to the traditional knowledge management. When you understand the typical challenges in this traditional knowledge management system, you can understand and appreciate better the role of AI in knowledge management. So let's look into AI as a catalyst for the knowledge management transformation. When you look into the artificial intelligence, there is no denying the fact that it serves as a catalyst that brings automation, accuracy, and analytical depth to the knowledge management. So with AI, organizations can improve how they organize, how they analyze, and how they distribute knowledge, breaking down the barriers of all the traditional knowledge management. So when you look into the knowledge management transformation, the KM transformation, you have to see ML as one of the catalysts. Machine learning algorithms analyze data, identifying patterns and trends that aid in predictive and prescriptive decision making within the knowledge management. Also, we see that the machine learning applications range from improving the search capabilities to suggesting relevant content to users based on the prior interactions. We also have to acknowledge the use of NLP. When you are looking into the natural language processing, there is no doubt that it enables machines to understand and generate human language, making it a key component in the AI-enabled knowledge management. So basically, when you're looking into NLP, it facilitates text analysis, it facilitates sentiment evaluation, language translation, and even to greater extent content summarization. So basically, you look into all the documents, making documents and communications more accessible with the help of NLP. When you are talking about AI as a catalyst for KM transformation, you'll also understand, and we have seen it in the previous lecture itself, about robotic process automation. You look into RPA, robotic process automation. It automates repetitive tasks like data entry, tagging, and updating information within KM systems. So by reducing the human workload, robotic process automation allows employees to focus on strategic tasks rather than time-consuming repetitive actions. So when you are looking into AI as a catalyst, not only RPA but also cognitive computing takes up a larger stage in terms of the applicability. Cognitive computing stimulates human thought process in real time, aiding in complex decision making and response generation. So it is particularly useful in developing AI assistants and chatbots that respond to user queries with high accuracy and relevance. So let's now look into the key applications in knowledge management with respect to AI, and we'll start with knowledge discovery and extraction. So AI-driven knowledge management systems make it easy for organizations. We have seen this to uncover valuable insights from large data sets. Let's start with data mining, for example. Through machine learning and data mining, AI algorithms can sift through vast quantities of data to identify patterns, relationships, and trends that may be hidden from the human analysis. So these insights can typically guide decision making, it can improve the strategic planning, and definitely foster innovation. There can be also a possibility of content curation and tagging. What do you mean by this? AI algorithms automate the categorization and tagging of content based on semantic meaning and context. So this semantic search or semantic meaning and context gets the relevance. So basically you see that the organized tagging structure simplifies content retrieval and makes it easier for employees to find the relevant knowledge. So the content curation becomes quite easy with respect to the available technology. In line with this, we'll also look into semantic search and, let's say, intelligent retrieval. So many a time, unlike the keyword-based searches, semantic search understands the context of search queries. So this particular capability enables employees to find precise information without extensive searching, saving time and improving accuracy. Now, let's look into the collaboration and knowledge sharing specifically. AI enhances the ease and quality of collaboration. We have established that through the previous modules itself. So when you are looking into AI enhanced collaboration with respect to knowledge management, we have to definitely understand the role that AI chatbots play. AI-powered chatbots, they answer routine questions as we have already seen. They provide recommendations to and connect users to relevant content. So basically, they can help employees to subject matter expert connection, or link the employees to subject matter experts, facilitating more collaborative problem solving. Similarly, you also have the automatic content summarization. All AI algorithms can inevitably generate summaries of long documents. AI algorithms can generate summaries of long documents, making it easier for employees to absorb key information quickly and efficiently. So when you look into the content summarization, the time is saved, the quality of summarization is better. We also do have the recommendation systems, when we use the machine learning, recommendation engines suggest relevant documents, relevant courses, or expert contacts based on user activity, based on preferences, based on roles. So this particular proactive knowledge sharing certainly fosters better decision making, and if you ask me, I'll say cross departmental learning. Now let's look into personalized knowledge delivery. Having seen the content generation part, specifically the collaboration and knowledge sharing, and specifically the knowledge discovery and extraction, it's time to look into the personalized knowledge delivery. We have adaptive learning and training. AI personalizes learning pathways based on employee roles, expertise levels, and individual goals. So this certainly helps employees acquire the knowledge that is directly applicable to their work. We also do have some contextual insights in real time. AI can deliver information that is directly relevant to an employee's particular task. It could be, let's take an example, surfacing critical data during project meetings or decision-making processes. We also do understand that there is a possibility of continuous improvement. It refines knowledge delivery based on the user feedback, which otherwise is not possible with the traditional knowledge management system. Then we look into the knowledge retention and preservation. So knowledge retention and preservation, please note, AI-enhanced knowledge management facilitates better knowledge retention, preserving valuable insights and expertise across, which is done through predictive analytics, mainly with respect to knowledge gaps. Please note, AI can analyze knowledge patterns to predict areas where knowledge is lacking or it is simply outdated. So it guides organization in that context to focus on filling these particular gaps that are identified. There is also a possibility of expertise in mapping. So expertise mapping is a significant aspect because AI identifies expertise within the workforce, mapping areas of knowledge concentration. So what exactly happens is that it enables effective mentorship and knowledge transfer strategies. Another significant aspect which we can think of when we talk about the knowledge retention and specifically knowledge preservation is the document digitization. Document digitization, and even I'll go to the extent and say archiving. So AI-based digitization and archiving systems offer advanced search, retrieval, and versioning capabilities, ensuring important documents remain accessible and up to date throughout the institutional existence. This is a long-term commitment that AI actually brings in as part of knowledge retention and preservation to that extent. Now, having seen these typical factors like knowledge retention, prevention, knowledge discovery, personalized knowledge delivery, it's time to move on to the benefits of AI-mediated knowledge management. Without any doubt, we can say that it improves the knowledge accessibility because we have seen it in the personalized delivery angle. With AI, employees can access and retrieve knowledge easily. So even when dealing with vast data volumes, eliminating the time-consuming searches, it increases efficiency, it improves the accessibility. There is also enhanced decision making if you think about it. AI-based knowledge management provides relevant context-sensitive insights that enhance strategic decision-making, that brings in problem-solving and also creates innovation. There is also an increased productivity. You look into automating the routine tasks. AI allows employees to focus on strategic initiatives. So this will certainly increase productivity and it enables the high impact work to be taken up because a lot of mundane tasks, a lot of repetitive tasks is being undertaken by the AI itself. Another possibility is with respect to the scalability. We have discussed scalability in the previous modules, but with respect to scalability of the knowledge management systems, if you look into the AI-based knowledge management systems efficiently, they handle large data sets and support global operations, making them highly scalable. Similarly, you see that there is a reduced loss also associated with respect to AI mediated knowledge management. AI preserves institutional knowledge, as I mentioned in the introduction itself about the institutional memory. So AI preserves this, which is crucial for organizations with frequent workforce changes, or preventing valuable expertise from actually leaving with the departing employees. So this is what we understand with respect to the scalability and the reduced knowledge loss angle. Now let's look into what are the challenges and limitations of AI in knowledge management. We look into the data quality and availability. AI algorithms require high quality, accurate data. Organizations may face challenges if data is incomplete, it is outdated, or poorly structured. So when you are looking into the challenges specifically, we see that the data quality and availability is a certain issue. We also have privacy and security. When you are looking into AI knowledge management systems handling sensitive information, ensuring data privacy and security is vital. So organizations need strong safeguards to protect knowledge assets. And similarly, you can always look into user trust and resistance as a challenge. Many a time, employees may be hesitant to trust AI insights or fear job displacement due to automation. So building transparency, explaining AI decisions can typically mitigate these concerns. There could be also algorithmic bias. What do you mean by algorithmic bias? AI models can reinforce existing biases if not properly trained, leading to skewed recommendations or knowledge exclusions. There can be also some technical and financial barriers. Implementing AI based knowledge management can be resource intensive. It requires substantial investment in infrastructure, data preparation, and even personal training. Now let's look into the ethical considerations in AI-mediated knowledge management. We talk about transparency and explainability. Please note, AI algorithms should be transparent, allowing employees to understand how decisions are made and ensuring the accountability in decision making. You have the data privacy and compliance. AI knowledge management must comply with regulations which dictate the standards for data privacy and security. We also have a certain consideration with respect to fairness. Bias and fairness, if you look into AI models, it should be audited regularly for biases, ensuring fairness in content recommendations and search results. And also, we see that there can be a certain consideration with respect to accountability and governance. Organizations must define clear accountability. They must have this accountability towards AI-driven knowledge management outcomes, ensuring AI insights are ethically aligned with organizational values. So along with this, I'll also try to mention about accountability and governance, which also will take a bigger step when you look into the ethical consideration in AI-mediated knowledge management. Now, having discussed about the past and the present, let's look into the future. The future trends in AI-mediated knowledge management, we look into this from an enhanced predictive and prescriptive analytics. So basically, future AI systems will go beyond predictions, offering prescriptive recommendations for addressing the knowledge gaps and emerging trends specifically. So what we see is that there is also a possibility of NLU and generation, natural language understanding. Not only NLP, but NLU and generation. Advanced NLU will allow the knowledge management systems to generate knowledge insights, providing valuable new perspectives. We also see that there is a possibility of emerging integration with technology. So tech integration is going to be the future. When you look into the integration with, let's say, IoT or blockchain, something which we have seen in the previous lecture, we look into this entire process of technology integration that will make the knowledge management process more secure, more transparent, and more user friendly. We can also think about something like cognitive search. Now, when you're looking into cognitive search and conversational AI will make knowledge retrieval more intuitive. It will make, you know, the support towards employees more contextual and will have this contextual guidance through natural language interaction. There can also be possibility of self-learning repositories, something which is otherwise impossible with the traditional knowledge management system. Future AI knowledge management systems will be self-learning. It will be updating knowledge continuously and autonomously, ensuring the relevance. And finally, we have the human AI collaboration. AI will serve as a partner in knowledge-related tasks, augmenting the human capabilities and supporting real-time decision making. So what we understand here is that what was not possible with respect to the traditional knowledge management system. Now, I gave an introductory input mainly to make you aware about the traditional knowledge management system. So whatever was the pitfall or whatever were the problems associated with the traditional knowledge management system, we try to mitigate that with AI. We try to mitigate that with AI enhanced knowledge management. So what all are the possible problems like knowledge hiding that can actually come in? Technology enabled or AI enhanced knowledge management is more robust, it is more transparent, it is more fair, it is less biased. So there are a lot of possibilities, and as we have seen with respect to the futuristic trends, we see that we are in a good place, especially with respect to knowledge management. We will try to get that institutional memory which otherwise we are losing. We'll try to create repositories. We'll try to create knowledge chunks or knowledge quantums, not like silos as we see in the traditional system, but more applicable, more shareable, more useful to the entire workforce community. So this is what AI enhanced knowledge management is going to bring about. So that is all about the AI mediated knowledge management system. We'll look into more details of AI, how it is helping the human resource management domain altogether in the coming lectures. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.